Today we got 10.7 patch notes. The Ferryman, this is going to be about Charon's coin. New Greek god, or Charon's coin. I keep saying Charon's coin. It's just Charon or Charon. Whatever. We'll watch this when they show it on stream. Charon's Journey event. There's some skins and some cosmetics. Quality of life, the demonic pact. Yeah. Quality of life stuff. Some for consoles. Nice. Guys, I'm not finding a snack. Nice. I'm curious what the sound is for the Unleashed Titans. Sometimes happen twice. That's a good bug fix. Shield and CDR jungle camp spawning at a different time than the map timer. I assume this means that the CDR and jungle, or the CDR and shield camp are going back to a minute and a half. But I'm not sure if they're keeping it at a minute and it's just going to show a minute, or if it's a minute and a half and they're changing it to a minute and a half. Xbox silver accounts. Wait, if you were stuck in silver, you were unable to queue. How does that even happen? Gods. Some of these. If you care about these, I'm not reading all these. All right, balance, conquest, Unleashed Titans. The golden XP rewards for defeating an Unleashed Titan are now only provided locally instead of globally. Local gold is 90 times better than global gold. Global gold should be rare objectives and structures like gold and, or sorry, tier 1s, tier 2s, phoenixes. Good change. Soul Surge's movement speed buff provided for being decreased. Their movement speed is also decreased, and their base HP is decreased again. So it's just some farm you can get now is going to be easier to get, and they don't chase you down as far. Prophetic Cloak, the threshold. So this seems like some of the thresholds are going to be adjusted. Prophetic is now 325 for the first and 525 for the second. 325 is actually a lot easier to hit. This makes it a little bit more enticing, but you still have to be on a god that can just get stacks a lot easier. Silver Branch. I think this is a pretty useless change. This item is still terrible. The stats on this item are the problem. The passive isn't the problem. The stacks could be maxed at 20, and they could buff the stats and it would be a lot better, but terrible. Toxic Blade, decrease the cost, decrease max stacks from 4 to 3, increase the anti-heal debuff from 15 to 20, and increase the attack speed buff and debuff from 5 to 7%. This item is just like a hybrid item. It doesn't really hit a niche of anything other than like Erlang jungles. No ADC is going to be building this. No warrior is going to be building this. No mid laner is going to be building this. Supports aren't going to be building this. It's basically an Erlang only item. Maybe Osiris or Bellona if they're played in the jungle ever, but weird item. Doesn't fit anything. Toxic Blade is a niche item that has yet to find its place. You gotta buff it somewhere. It's either gotta be a slight tanky item or a slight damage item. Either one. But as is, it's not gonna be bought by anyone except Erlang. Glorious Pridwin only getting a 10% nerf to its total protections on the explosion. If there's small nerfs like this across all the hybrid items, this is a huge like A+. But it seems like it says gods right here, so that's not even gonna happen. Yeah, so it's just Glorious Pridwin getting nerfed. Archdruids was not touched. Also, Ethereal Staff was not touched. This is a pretty small patch, I guess. Gods. Mage class bonus power from 1 to 2. This provides 20 extra magical power at level 20. So this is now 20 power up to 60 power instead of 20 power up to 40 power. All right. Amaterasu. Increase the base damage from 60 to 300 to 80 to 300, and the cooldown is now brought down. Maybe this helps Ama. She's just like a god that comes in and out of meta. Doesn't really change with nerfs and buffs like this. This is just kind of something where if she's going to be in meta, this will help. If she's going to be out of meta, this is not really going to do anything. Bastet buff, Razor Whip now does 2.5% extra scaling and also goes down into 10 seconds. I don't know. This character, it helps, but this character just stinks in Conquest. They've kind of neutered her cooldown so bad, mostly her ult. This doesn't really affect anything. It helps her farm a little bit more. Her damage when she goes in is going to be up 10%. But yeah, I don't think this helps her very much. A Serp buff. Paralyzing Spit now goes down to 11 seconds, and Ghastly Breath now goes down to 14 seconds. This could be something for the boy. The dog might be usable. Probably only in solo lane. I don't think he still doesn't have the kit for a support. Unless he's dominating the lane, there's never really a reason to play him in support. But this is a good start for him in solo. This might be the thing that kind of broke the camel's back to make this character. Broke the camel's back. Maybe that's the new saying. And makes him one of those top tier solo laners. Raijin. Oh, yes. What do you got for me? Percussive Storm is up 5% scaling. Okay. I don't think that does anything. Tiamat buff. Increase. Okay, so this is probably just to touch on the requirements needed for our passive. Scale mitigation for magical power from 5 to 6%. This means Tiamat requires 100 less magical power to reach the cap. Cap is now 30%. Was listed at 25%, but working as 30%. Uller buffs. Hail of Arrows now gets 10% extra scaling. Wheeled axes He now gets half the stat bonuses like Tyr does. Still stinks. Run shift. Touch of Fate decreased from 150 power to 100 power. So now he gets it on his first item. Actually, that's a lie because he goes Ornate Arrow, which gives him, or he goes Gilded Arrow, which gives him no power. But he gets it on 1.5 items now instead of 1 or 2 items needed, which is a nice change for him. Increase base critical hit chance from 15 to 20%. Increase the conversion from 1% to 2% per magical power from items, and the damage from it is now from 1.5 to 1.3. So you'll crit more often. It's easier to get crits, but the crits will do less damage. Nice little change. Just nerfs to Achilles 2. Protection power debuff is now from 2 to 1.5. Achilles is always just getting moved up, moved down, move up, move down, moved up. Yeah, whatever. I don't think this changes too much. You'll play Achilles. Whether this happened or not too big of a change. Also, I hate to see this. I hate to see this. Okay, that's not too bad. The attack speed he gets from his Master of Arms is now only 1% instead of 2%, which is, I mean, it's fine. Still nice, because his 1 is actually useful now, and his passive doesn't need to be as OP. Raven, this better be a big nerf. I want to see a massive nerf. I don't want to see 10 base damage on his 2 move down. Raven has gotten a 3% nerf to his total passive. Let me know in the comments below if you guys think this is enough to nerf Raven, move him out of the meta. 24% max health instead of 127% health. You got to get through 124%. It's a lot more manageable. He's in a completely worse spot. There's no reason to play him now. Yeah, this is useless. What a useless nerf. Move it back down to 7%. Like, we're in this weird thing with Raven where they're buffing him as a warrior instead of buffing him as a solo laner. I mean, instead of an assassin. It's just such a bad nerf. This should be moved down. I mean, even 6%, and then buff the base damage or the scaling damage on his 1, 2, 3. And then maybe change his ult a little bit to make it so he's more of a jungler with it instead of him taking less damage from everyone and taking more damage from, or he does more damage to the one person. It's kind of just a weird change. It's just such a weird character, and I feel like they don't know how they want him to be played. And now Tyr, he was bringing the law a little too often. Cooldown on his ult. Nice. Instead of just reverting the stun and the extra damage, yes. Let's just butcher the cooldown on the character. Let's go. I hate that change. But that is the patch. Charon. Wait, that's like 5 days. Show me the boat boy. Wait, why is Clumsy on stream in the back? What does he do with the money that he gets paid? Curious. Let's see Charon.
There he is.
There he is. But you know what? Like we like to do. Let's just see the kid.
Okay.
Blow this kid up.
Sure.
Throw it out there.
Wait, he roots?
That is so cool.
And that's the kid, everybody. No further
I thought his ult was going to be a
right?
knock-up.
Yeah, that's what it shows.
Wait.
Still seeing it.
He's actually
like
dope. What's this
The
thing
fairy
like
to the
emanating
back.
around
How do we
him?
make
He's
sure
like an
that he
aura or
feels like
something.
the teams in this jump sound, by the way, it's
so
so
cool.
sad.
Wait.
He's got like a little.
Nah, that jump noise is actually 10 out of 10. Dude, he looks so cool.
Charon has traditional ranged basic attacks. They are just basic attacks, but they're ranged. This is just standard ranged basic attack. We wanted to kind of give you the best of both worlds, where it kind of looks like if they're getting close to the boat, you slap them with the oar.
He like hits them with the oar if they get too close.
Scary daily
Like whipping it into them.
water.
The two guardians recently,
Yes, Charon's
Maui
passive is Ferryman
and
of
Charon.
Souls, and so this will require
10 out of
some
10.
minions. Basically, how this works is that whenever Charon is in assist range when a friendly lane minion or a neutral jungle monster dies, they
Oh,
will
it's got a
find their
cap.
soul in the form of a coin
Damn it.
on the ground. And so
Quit
Charon is able
capping
to
this
pick up
stuff.
these coins and use
This would
them
be
as he
so
does. He
cool
gets
if it
one
wasn't a
gold in his
cap.
and he keeps a special soul stack.
Oh,
and he can
quit
have
capping
20
it.
soul stacks. And so
Okay.
you're probably wondering, what the heck do I do with these soul stacks?
I think it's so cool when characters
anytime
just don't have
you take a
stacks.
soul stack back to base, you trade it in, and then you get 2 max health permanently throughout the rest of the game. So you can see here, picking up some souls. That passive meter number has lit up to be 3. He's picked up 3 coins. Some
Like, it's
souls.
not like
And when you go back to base,
if 350 is your
Which,
cap,
look at
it's
this
either
animation,
one,
by
you
the
get
way.
to it
It's
too
so cool.
quickly, which, I mean, it's
Tournament,
175. If it really became a problem at 175,
That's something I was gonna say, but it just kind of
make it 1 health per minion.
So this AO1 is a line projectile that explodes if it hits an enemy god. So
Okay.
basically, it'll just do normal damage if it's just passing through minions. This
And
can
it
also go through
slows.
walls. But as soon as you shoot it over an enemy god, you'll see there's a circle that appears. And so inside of this circle, anyone that gets hit by it does take damage. You don't get double hit if you get hit by the projectile and the explosion.
Okay.
And then you get silenced for 1 second.
Huh.
On top of that, though, you can see there's a little ground particle and some extra damage going on. And so what's happening here is that every time that you move while you are affected by this debuff,
Clumsy just missed.
a little bit difficult to
Oh,
show
it's
here,
tick
folks, but
damage.
You gotta trust me on this one. Anytime that you move,
Wait,
you'll
that's
make a new
cool.
puddle. And every time that you make a new puddle, you'll take damage. And so
Silence
you
and
also will take
tick?
damage for the duration of the puddle, however long that lasts, and be slowed as well. So
That's cool. I like that ability. That ability's cool. We're one ability down, and this is a sick kit.
this one's super cool. So what Charon does here is he opens up a rift to the underworld and calls upon some spirits.
Attack
to
speed
haunt
slow.
you. So it does damage, and also then marks whatever enemy is in the area, as you shall see here momentarily. There's our opening the rift to the underworld. And if an enemy gets hit, there's a little skull on their head. That's their little mark.
Uh-huh.
And so what happens when they're haunted is that they are revealed, and their attack speed's also slow. But on top of that,
That is
if
cool.
you, as Charon or any of your allies, damages anyone that is marked, you get a shield. So how this shield worked is that there is an initial value that you get, and every subsequent shield gives you 25% of that value.
That is cool.
We can
Just
walk
these
away,
two
or you can just
abilities,
keep fighting into 'em, 'cause
a lot
again,
of duo
their
pressure.
attack
You also have just a free ability to proc it too. If you 2 and then 1, or you can 1 and then 2, and then the tick damage will proc it. Pretty sure your 1 is going to be your
only
max
one
ability.
time per-
But it depends on the numbers. I didn't freeze it long enough to see the numbers. The dash.
Turned
Curious
out
how
so
long this
far.
lasts.
So
So it's
dash
just a
ability.
root. 2.5.
So you'll go forward with increased movement speed and reduced turn radius for a couple seconds there. And as you see, he's got a little bit of a wake going on at his side.
So cool.
He just like
So this ability is
he just tucks his ears back and just starts
accurately
taking
hitting
off.
all of the outer lines. That center line will root for 1 second, and the outer lines will root for half a second.
Okay.
And
Dude,
so
the
trust
audio
me,
you
1
get from it
second and
too,
one
the
second,
audio
get to
feedback is
row people
so
over with
good.
your-
I love this, man. Yeah, he might have a little bit too much CC. Root, shield, slow. A root, silence, slow, and then his ult also has,
Perfect. But
I think it's tremble, taunt.
This ability is so cool.
It's
and
a
I'm so
fear.
excited to
It gives
play with it. So how this
protections
ability
and
works is that
movement
Charon
speed.
Charges for a fairly long duration. He gets crowd control immunity as well during this, and then he's going to summon a massive tidal wave that is global.
Bro,
which
you
is
can like
even a lot of
ult to
fun.
gold
And
furies
the other cool
and
part of
sprint
this
to
is that
them.
Anytime that you hit an enemy with the wave, they are feared back towards the direction of
Wait,
the
wait,
wave.
follow this
So
across the
towards
map.
Charon, towards the
Go,
direction
go,
of the
go.
wave is
Follow,
going.
follow,
You can see
follow.
there, it's going and going and going and going and
going.
it's just gonna go until it leaves the map, and then it's gone. But
Why am I like going to the side, like trying to see around the wall?
so you can also
Trying
use
to, like,
this
see
as
around
a
it.
defensive
Follow it,
tool
follow
to
it.
Set up yourself and allies. The first thing that this does is anytime that you hit an
Follow
ally
it.
with
Oh, he hit the
and
Odin
if
bots are
you
now bugged.
decide- It has a 60-unit area behind it that grants you a pretty significant movement speed boost. So you can say, all right, boys, let's get in there. Drop
This
the
guy
ultimate.
jungler,
Everyone's charging along, and one
his
thing that you'll see Clumsy do here in a
damage
second is,
seems pretty
if
decent.
you can stick along this if you have a movement ability for a long, long time. It just it feels so epic to be able to charge in
Dude.
with this wave, and especially if you're sending enemies back into you.
Dude,
you're
he's
gonna
like
get into
paddling
it.
on the
He's got a lot
ult.
of
That is so
tools here.
cool.
It's good.
Oh, I love
The
that.
mold.
But he's at
It's definitely really
731
good
with
at
his dash.
action. And that's what he does best.
731.
He's there to help because
The
he's not a
range
good guy,
on the
he's not a
ult
bad guy
is
either, though.
the
He's just
entire
trying
map.
to bring
He's for
the
sure
enemy
broken.
team
He is
back
for
into
sure
you.
broken.
Give it-
He is so cool. He is so cool. Iris is killing it with the Guardians. Dude, 10 out of 10. They're actually killing it with the Guardians.